All right, so you pick New Babbage. You're waking up for the first time. What do you do next? Well, you're in this little apartment, right? Pretty cool. Woke up in this bed. The first time I couldn't figure out how to get up. One of the hotkeys is Y. Why it is the key it is to get up, I don't know. I think you can probably push control in space. There's really nothing in this apartment that's interactable other than the door out. So like take a look around. It's kind of cool how they have this set up. Little wine glass thing up there. Pretty nifty. Standard keys to move like any other FPS. WASD, control, crouches you. Spacebar jumps you, stands you up. You can go into control and push X, go into prone. So basic controls. All the other key bindings, you can find those in the menu under options, key bindings. It'll bring up a little keyboard here. There's a lot of them. Don't get overwhelmed. It'll take some time to remember what every key is, but if you've played other FPS games, I think typically the E key is the interact key, but this one it's F. So if you press and hold F while you're close to something, you'll see that little circle and we can open the door. So as we step out here, we're in a multi-story apartment building. I'm not going to spend too much time looking at all the pretty stuff. You can do that on your own. And same thing with interactable pads everywhere. Press F, hold. You can even zoom in and look by using your mouse wheel. Pro tip, if the door opens and there's nothing there, it's just like a void, don't get into it because you will fall and die. So wait until there's actually something there. If the server's new and it's spinning up, it's going to take a little while. Something to note here, if you press and hold and you kind of look here and there's another floor, maybe like a pad, we'll get into pads later on, you can roll your scroll wheel and go to different floors. I remember the first time I spawned one of my ships, I spawned it onto a pad that wasn't on the screen and I couldn't find it, and someone in chat on my stream had to tell me what to do. Anyway, let's go to the lobby. Right, we're still holding F, and then we click on that, then we can let go. We've got in-game chat, the global chat. Actually, everybody's pretty friendly and helpful. If you want to turn it off, F12 will turn it off. I'm going to turn it off though and leave it off for this video, so we can look around here. I'm not going to spend time looking at the pretty stuff. You can do that on your own. We'll make our way over here to this double staircase. There's a staircase down there, staircase down there, but we're gonna go down the stairs and we're gonna go to the metro loop. So here in New Babbage, you have a train system or tram system. Let's not go to the spaceport first, but let's go to the Commons and check the Commons out. So we go over here to the Commons train. It'll tell you when it's arriving, right? By the way, when I look and zoom in on something, I'm holding F and I'm rolling my mouse wheel forward. You can stand up on this tram. You can also sit down if you'd like to. To get outside and into a third-party view, F4 probably helps if I stand up. So while we're in transit here, I'm going to cut, and you can experience this for yourself. We'll see you at the Commons. All right, we've arrived. And everybody else is getting off the train here. There's only one way out. If you want to run, you can hold shift. By the way, if you want to move slower, roll your mouse wheel backwards while you're not doing anything, and you can just kind of go at a really slow walk. Roll it forward and you'll go faster, faster, faster until you reach a max speed. Most everybody just holds shifts and runs around, gets to where they need to go as fast as possible. So here we are at the Commons. Tons of NPCs. They're not interactable. Some NPCs doing yoga. I don't know that I've actually seen that before. That's pretty interesting. It's just doing push-ups like a boss. Elroy's, all the restaurants do have food and water that you can purchase. Usually you just walk right up here, hold F, look, do like a quick buy, right? And you're going to grab it. And if you hold F and kind of look down, you'll get some options. Now, if you store it, I don't have the option to store it. That's interesting. If you do get something with the option to store, it'll just put it into your inventory. We'll get into that in a second. In order to eat something, though, the reason it says I can't do that is because I have a helmet on. Can't put anything in my mouth with a helmet on. So to get to my inventory, I pushed I for inventory. Click and hold, dragged it off into my inventory. There it is. Now if I look back down, oh yeah, I don't have pockets. That's why. I'm not wearing anything with pockets. All right, anyway, let's eat. Great. Sometimes you'll get a little notification for food and hunger in the lower left. My camera is actually covering it right now, but if it shows up, I'll move my camera. Anyway, we ate. Great. We're back to being fit as a fiddle. Let's put our helmet back on by just dragging and dropping the helmet on. This is a standard jumpsuit that you get when you start the game. If you do a character reset, you'll get this back. If you die, you end up with a generic suit. And anyway, so we're going to go over to the Commons, the new Babbage Plaza, or Plaza. Hey, you guys got the red suit. So you can kind of run around this thing however you want to. There's a little signage, tells you where to go. Things that you can do and interact with. So if you look at this screen here, touch screen to start, hold F. See where it says use. Click the screen. And at Shubin, we can get undersuits, different types of armor, pretty basic armor. We can buy mining modules, mining laser heads, and some other things. Let's see, what's over here? Nothing over there. We could run around the way this thing's set up here. Here, let's go back to the center. Run back down here to the center. This is set up in such a way that there's like this is the inner circle of this plaza, and then there's like a perimeter that you can run around. You can get to whatever you want to by either running around the outside or going to the center. Center mass is where you're going to buy weapons, both for your ship and for your person. Oop. So we can run in here. You can run up to the wall and look, and it'll tell you what they are. But find one of the screens, right? Click on the screen and look for vehicle weapons, guns, turrets, missile racks, missiles. I'm not going to get too in depth into this. That would be another video. Personal weapons, we can buy pistols, rifles, shotguns, grenades, all kinds of other stuff. And then all the ammo that goes with it. That's where you get weapons, stuff for your ship. Different stores sell different things. I'll have a link in the description below to a site called Urkel.games. It's great for doing loadouts on ships, and it'll tell you where to buy stuff. Office suite, I don't think we can get in there. What's over here? Shipping and receiving, I believe, right? Nope, that's the protection services. Where am I thinking of? Thinking maybe the other side. Oh, I'm thinking of FTL. That's right, FTL. But this is Trade and Development Division. So over here in the Trade and Development, there's a whole gameplay around trade. I'm, again, not going to get into that. But if you have stuff to buy and sell, you can do it here. Select the location. If I had stuff to sell, a ship that had cargo would show up if I had cargo in that. That's where you sell like ore that you've mined. Let's see, Omega Pro. Let's see, oh, FTL, here we go. So sometimes you'll get a mission to drop a package off or pick a package up. This is FTL. And if you had something available, you would say pick up or drop off. This door would open and you would do whatever you need to do. All right, running around to the outside here, Omega Pro. I know I'm going through this super quick, but each city is pretty much the same stuff. Omega Pro is where you get different systems for your ships. So like coolers and power plants and quantum drives. Again, here's the screen. And we can go through and look at these things. I'm not going to get into detail about all the different kinds of stuff. You can get paints for vehicles, ships rather. Make them look neat. So this is New Babbage Plaza.
Hi. Welcome to the store.
Some of the NPCs talk to you. They're really not interactable yet. I think we've gone around each side here. And we have. So we can get back to the middle. Let's go to exit. And this is where we came in. We came in, oops, up that stairwell on the right-hand side. The promenade. Promenade is where you would actually come in at surface level if you came in at surface level. Sometimes it's easier to land on the surface if you're doing a delivery mission. And then you would run to that FTL joint and drop your package off. So if we go over to the promenade, I'm not going to lie, I don't think I've ever been over here. So let's find out what's over here. Really pretty place. As you look out, you can kind of see the rest of the city. We are definitely on a cold tundra. Let's see, what's under the promenade? Elevators that we can't use yet. Wellness center. Oh, Whammers. Right on. Little burger joint, right? Restaurant. Okay, so this is like the food court. Oza and I can't even pronounce that. Apparel store. So you can get yourself looking all snazzy. You can buy shoes, right? Looks pretty neat. Was this a nightclub? That's a nightclub. All right. I'm not going to go running all around this place, boring you to tears. Let's run back out to the tram system and get to the spaceport. Let's go down here. I think a stairwell on either side. It doesn't matter. We're just going to pick one to go back down to the tram system. Right, so we need to follow to the metro loop. And this time we're going to go to the spaceport. So we came from a Spider Grand. Let's go to the spaceport. And same type of thing as when we went to here. We'll wait for the train. I'm not going to bore you with this, but let's cut to the spaceport. So we'll see you in a little bit. All right, we are at the spaceport. Let's go to the exit. Again, they all kind of look similar. Let's run over here. We've got some elevators that we need to use to go up to the terminal. So instead of like a staircase running around, we've got an elevator here. I did call the elevator, right? Yep. All right, same thing here. Let's make sure there is an elevator in there. Holding F, looking at that thing. Only two options there. Okay, now we get off and make our way through security. You can look around if you want. I mean, it's pretty cool. None of these are interactable, and there's only really one way to go. There's going to be some changes coming soon. Where's it at here? Is this it? No, that's the surveillance. There's a deposit bin somewhere. Did I miss it? All right, well, I'll have to come back to that. Yeah, I missed it. Anyway. All right. So now we're up here in the spaceport. A few things you can do up here. We can go over here to ship rentals. And if you want to, you can interact with the screen. Whatever ship you've started with, if you've acquired some currency and you want to rent something, there's different options. Options are different at each place, but a common one that people rent is the Constellation Andromeda, and that's for hauling cargo. So if you've got a lot of stuff that you've mined and refined and you have no ship to move it, you can rent a ship for the day. Let's see here. Surface entrance, another surface entrance. Commercial flights. I don't think this is active yet. It is not. Back down here. Okay, so something you're going to want to do is spawn that ship that you bought, right? So you're going to find this terminal that says retrieve vehicle, right? But before we do that, let's talk about your Mobiglass. How you interact with a lot of stuff, getting contracts and whatever. Hit F1, and this will tell you the currency that you have, heart rate, the kind of atmosphere that you're in, so if you can take your helmet off or not. But down here along the bottom, there's several options. I'm not going to get too in-depth in these, but global chat, comm length, friends. This is how you're going to find friends and get into a party. So if I wanted to invite this guy to a party, I could. Any pending invites. Vehicle loadout manager. So if you want to, we talked about those systems and different weapons that you could buy. So if we wanted to change out the equipment on our ship, we could do that here. And you would get a different option. I don't think I can change out like weapons. No. But this is where you would do it. Once you've changed something out, you can hit save. Oops, I didn't mean to close that. Knickknacks. This is basically an inventory of, or where you have inventory. Skyline, this is your map, and the map can also be accessed by hitting F2. So if we're just looking at the screen, we hit F2, and it opens this up. Mo Trader, you can give money. That's how you would transfer money to friends. Contracts, so as a new player, these are all the contracts you're going to see immediately. Vehicle maintenance, we'll get into that once we're actually in our vehicle. The only time you can restock or repair your vehicle is when you're in it. Journal's pretty basic. I'm not a big fan of this. It doesn't really tell you a whole heck of a lot. I would like a wallet or a transaction type thing, but this is just kind of like basic stuff, what's going on. And then Delphi, this is where you're going to find reputation gain. So as you complete contracts, you're going to get reputation. So let's talk about contracts. Contracts here. General contracts will usually not hurt your reputation with getting you into a criminal status. That's what the personal contracts can and will do. So sender not found. If you want to go down a criminal route, you can do that. Delivery mission here. This will usually it's like getting drugs and running drugs. Accepted. This is where you'll find missions that you have accepted, a history of things that you've done, and then beacons. Beacons, you can accept a beacon or create a beacon, and a beacon is basically, there's three options: escort, medical assistance, or personal transport. So if you've gone down and you become incapacitated, you can create a medical beacon. You can enter a value of how much you want to pay for someone to come rescue you. Same thing with personal transport. The contracts here, though, these will help get you started making some money, and you can kind of cycle through these. Investigation. There's all kinds of different gameplay, and as you complete these and gain rep with the like MT protection services, you're going to get additional contracts underneath the bounty hunter. If you do more mercenary, you're going to get more mercenary contracts. You get the point. One thing you're always going to want to pick up, though, when you first start the game, log in, is a call to arms, because even if you are not bounty hunting actual players, if you're going off and shooting NPCs, enemy NPCs, those two also have crime stats, and a crime stat is a criminal status, and here you get the payout. So if you if the higher the crime stat, the higher the payout. Trying to think of what else. How about we spawn the ship? Let's do that. So look at the screen. You're going to see your ship. Retrieve it. And it takes just a second. Hangar 4. Let's go find one of these elevators. Let's go Hangar 4. Takes just a second to get to our ship. I have the Origin 100i on this character. You can find your entry points by, it will always be highlighted. There'll be several little buttons. It depends on the ship. Jump in. I like Origin ships because they're luxurious. Close the door. You can look around. I'm not going to get into detail here with the 100i. Here's the pilot seat, so enter pilot seat. And controls now for flight, quite a bit. There's a lot of controls, and I'm going to assume you're using mouse and keyboard. Joysticks have a different setup. Those are super customizable. Everything's customizable. But we're sitting here, we got a ship, we don't know what to do. If you press and hold R, as in Robert, it will turn your ship on. So I actually came over here from another place. Let's hit F1 to go into our Mobiglass and go to vehicle maintenance, right? So I got a little damage. I used some quantum fuel. So as you select these, you hit confirm. Repairs will be made, and we'll see the quantum fuel get replenished there. Hydrogen fuel is your atmospheric fuel. Quantum fuel is your space travel. We're not going to go super into detail about that right now. But here we are. We're sitting here in this hangar. And how do we get out? If you press F11, it'll take you right to your comlink screen. Same way you can get to there is just by pressing F1, hitting comlink. And then friends, we have New Babbage International Spaceport. Let's call them.
You are clear to launch.
All right. Hangar's opening. Engines are on. Also, if you press F and you look around your ship, different ships have different options. And we will now press spacebar to go up. Control will bring you down. Now we're into basic flight controls. Q and E, roll. A and D are yaw, or strafe rather. And then W and S are forward and back. So we're going to shoot on out of here. Put our landing gear up by pressing N as in Nancy. And we want to go somewhere and explore. Let's put our destination in. So let's pull up our map. And just for fun, I'm going to go to Mick L1. All right, so we can click there, set route. We'll get a route destination there. And now I need to press B as in boy to turn on my quantum drive. I'm going to roll my throttle all the way up and get that velocity so we can get way up, way out. As you can see, at the very top of our screen, it's red, a little red triangle. We're still in atmosphere. We can't use our quantum drive. I was holding shift there for the boost, just because you got to get up to like 13 or 14,000 here and to get off this planet. So there we go. Now we turn blue. I'm just going to roll my throttle back down to this little blue line. That's your demarcation where it's most maneuverable. And we align our target here. As you can see, our spooling's complete. Our calibration is ready. And now we can hold B. And off we go. So that's how you get out of New Babbage. We're going to be cruising around and doing some other stuff. I'm going to do some other videos. But yeah, if you found this video useful, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the things. And until next time, fly dangerous. We'll see you around. All right. Hey, Peach Whiskey, what's going on? Let me switch screens here.